Does it make sense to recycle? It's a question some people are asking tonight as the price for recycled materials hits near record lows.
KTVA 11's Lauren Maxwell is at the Anchorage Recycling Center. So Lauren, why are those prices falling?
Well, Emily, there's actually lots of reasons, including low oil prices. When oil prices are low, some companies that make petroleum-based products like plastics find it cheaper to use new materials instead of recycled ones. Now, the folks here at the Anchorage Recycling Center tell me prices will eventually go back up again. But in the meantime, they say when we do recycle, it's important to do it right.
The Anchorage Recycling Center handles mountains of materials every day, packing it up for shipment all over the world.
So the cardboard goes to a paper mill in Tacoma. The plastics, the mixed paper, most of those are going to China and other places in Southeast Asia. Aluminum cans go all the way to Kentucky.
In recent years, prices for commodities like these have tumbled to almost record lows.
There's been a drop of about 46% in the price of metals. For the price of paper, right now it's down 60% from 2012, and for plastics, it's down about 70%.
Experts insist it still makes sense to recycle. The key is doing it right.
Basically, it's keeping the wrong thing out of the bin.
That may sound simple,
but this, what's that doing in there?
But improper sorting is a big problem.
You see a cardboard box and you see a plastic bag in there.
That can bring down the value of a load that's already low. Getting it right at the drop-off center is important, but so is recycling at your own home.
This is my recyclables only. Let's take a peek and see how well I did.
All right.
City Recycling Coordinator Travis Smith says it's okay to mix materials in your curbside bin.
Let's get rid of the obvious items, the cardboard. That's all good, right?
Yep.
And the newspaper.
But there's one thing that people constantly confuse.
Plastics.
Yeah, the thing we always say is you got to check for the neck on plastics. If it's got a bottle cap and it has a neck on a bottle and it's 1 or 2, it can go in here.
A quick tutorial. If your plastic has a screw top lid, like a bottle or a jug, you can recycle it here in Anchorage. Most of those have the number 1 or 2. But here's the tricky part. There are plenty of things that have the numbers 1 or 2 that you can't recycle here.
You see how that's tempting, though, because when you touch it,
It
it's
is, and it's a lot of plastic,
right?
too.
You feel like somebody can make something good out of that.
And it's just, sadly, you can't tear.
If it's headed for recycling, remember the screw top. Anything else goes straight into the trash.
Now, one thing you should never, ever put in your curbside recycling, plastic bags. That's because curbside recycling is sorted by machine, and bags like these can just totally gum up the works. The good news is you can recycle plastic bags here at the drop-off center.
Even reporters make mistakes recycling sometimes, right, Lauren? Well, now you know, but is there something else that you can only take to the drop-off center?
Yeah, the other thing you can only take to the drop-off center is glass. So I would encourage people to come and bring their glass to the drop-off center. Do not put it in your curbside recycling. And Emily, I have to tell you, I learned a lot today also. So it's a complicated issue, but we can all try harder to get it right.
We sure can. Thanks, Lauren.